hope everyone has had a good weekend and a good start to the week. So it's been kind of a holiday here in Dubai or the UAE. If you're from outside of the UAE, we had a holiday yesterday, so we had an extra day weekend. But if you're in real estate, you're pretty much always working. I know my guys were super busy yesterday with viewings and lots of activity that was going on. We was actually in the office anyway, so we didn't really have a day off. We just kept it going. So I think when you're in real estate, it's just the unwritten rule, right? Anyway, hope everyone's good. As I mentioned before, we're going to be doing these every single Tuesday. I actually did one last Tuesday and Thursday last week. So I actually treated you guys to a couple of sessions that I did last week. So depending on the mood and what I've got going on, I may jump on here more than once a week. So let's see. But thank you so much for the messages that I've been getting via email, DMs, with the support from you guys. It's really, really nice to see, and it makes my job a lot easier and it makes it worthwhile. I always said that I'd start this channel, and if I could just reach one person and change one person's life, I know I've done my job. But the support I've got from a lot of you guys with regards to the content that I've been putting out, it's been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, and stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. I have been increasing my output when it comes to content. So I've been doing a lot more content over the last 30, 40 days. I've been posting once, twice, 3 times a day, just trying to get myself out there, add value to you guys every single day that you can use in your businesses and beyond. So it's a mixture of business, habits, systems, discipline, fitness, all rolled into one. So I'm giving you a full body when it comes to the content and knowledge that I have. If you don't know me, my name's Ashley. I'm your real estate COO. Been in the industry now for 23 years. I have been working in 2 markets, so the UK market and the Dubai market. I spent 10 years or 10 and a half years in the UK, and the rest has been here in Dubai. I started way back as a business kind of development, cold calling for a company called Foxtons in the UK in London, a big corporate company, very high kind of pressure. It was cold calling all day, scripted, closing people down to all sorts of products that the company sold. So my background comes from cold calling. Then I kind of progressed through the ranks from business development to kind of lettings negotiator, lettings manager, branch manager, area manager, and then on to Dubai, where I started again as a property consultant and worked my way back up again. So from property consultant, leasing manager, head of residential leasing, head of residential, COO, and now managing director. So again, I've been pretty much through all the ranks when it comes to real estate. So I have experience in every single avenue or area of the industry. Alongside that, I have won numerous awards for my performance. I've won 9 industry awards, from top negotiator, top manager, top lister, top office, you name it, I've won it. So again, now I'm able to give you my knowledge and my skill. And this is why I created this channel, because I want to give back to you guys. I want to be able to give my knowledge and my skill, not just to the team, but that I run, but to you guys as well. On top of that, we've recently started online coaching with you guys too. So I've opened my doors to a select few where I offer online coaching for agents who are maybe stuck, struggling, a bit lost, no direction, numbers have stalled. So I help you guys kind of unravel or discover what's broken in your system, fix it, and then scale. So then you guys can go away with the right framework to scale your businesses and hopefully be successful and make lots of money, because this is why we're in real estate, to make lots of money. And so, yeah, that's a bit about me. I do have some questions which we're going to be answering. So I'm going to try and do 5 to 10 questions every single session. Hopefully it'll give some value to you guys as well. Feel free to obviously drop any questions that you guys have. If you are joining on the live, feel free to add some questions. Let's discuss. If I don't answer them on this session, I take note of every question that comes through. I'll get back to it at some point over the next kind of few sessions. So let's go and answer one of the questions that I have. My leads ghost me after viewing. What am I doing wrong? Funny enough, I had a conversation with one of my internal brokers today, or agents today. She was saying the same thing. When we actually broke it right down, we found out that the qualification wasn't quite there. So she was actually taking out buyers who she hadn't fully qualified. And actually, when we broke it down, these buyers were never going to buy. They were just researchers, because we hadn't actually asked the proper qualifying questions to find out if they're serious, if they're proceedable, or if they are just window shopping. So you might be finding out that you're taking out buyers who are actually never going to buy from you. They're researching. They're using you as their tour guide to take you around your community or your area, gather their information, and then go back and then figure out for themselves, or use somebody else, or not even bother buying. Maybe they're not actually, maybe they can't buy. So I would go back to the qualifying stage. And another thing, you might be showing them options which just isn't what they're looking for. So they may feel a disconnect from you because what you actually showing them is not what they want. So they're not seeing the value in you as an agent. So they're probably going with somebody else because they didn't have that connection. Maybe you didn't show them the right properties. Maybe what you shown them wasn't quite matching their expectations. Or maybe there just wasn't a connection there. So they decided not to say that, you know, they're not interested. They felt a bit awkward, so they've just moved on to the next agent. Probably going to be one of those ones. Okay, where's next? How many follow-ups before I give up? So we always say there should be kind of 6 to 8 touch points before you give up on a lead. And those 6 to 8 touch points could be spread over a week, 2 weeks, depending on the situation, if it's buyer or tenant. If it's a buyer, it might be a longer process, maybe over the course of 7 to 14 days. If it's a tenant, because things move a lot quicker in rentals, it may be over the course of 7 to 10 days. So again, I will always say 6 to 8 touch points. Most agents do 1 to 2, maybe 3, and they give up. That's not enough. Definitely want to do a minimum 5, if anything. If you can't get to the 6 to 8, do minimum 5 touch points before you then discount that lead or discard that lead. How do I know if a buyer is serious? I think we've answered that already. It's qualifying them, asking them all the right questions, finding out what their current situation is, finding out what their motivation is. Is it a need or a want? If they need to move, they're going to be motivated to find somewhere. 9 times out of 10, they've got a timeline. So if they need to move, their timeline might be by August. Maybe they're renting, maybe their rent's expiring, or the rental contract's expiring in August. So they have to move by that date. If they want to move, they might not have an expiry date. They might just be looking around the market to see if they can get any good deals. It would be nice to move, but we don't need to. I wouldn't then focus all my time and energy on them because they're not going to be as motivated as you need. And these sorts of buyers, they're normally looking for perfection, which isn't normally there. They'll make you go around the houses, show you all sorts of units here, there, and everywhere, all around the community, different locations, and then they ghost you because they don't find what they want. So I would always qualify and make sure that you understand what your buyers are looking for. If they're not willing to answer your questions, they're not serious. They're not going to buy from you. Okay, so I would always do that. What's next? What should I do next? How much commission should I save before, how much savings should I save before going commission only? You want to have enough money to at least last you 6 to 8 months. I have a runway sheet, which I'll happily send to you guys, or I'll pin in the comments or the description. This runway sheet will help you document how long you can last in real estate. We always say 6 to 8 months of runway that you need before you start really feeling comfortable. If you go into leasing first of all, rentals first of all, That should be a lot sooner. If it's sales, I would say up to 8 months, maybe 10 months if possible. In sales, you might not do a deal for 3 months, 3 months or 4 months, but then you don't get paid for another 6 to 12 weeks, sometimes longer depending. Off-plan could be even longer. So that's why you need to make sure you've got a runway of at least 8 months minimum, I would say. What's my morning routine? My morning routine, I think I've done this one already, but my morning routine, I'm up super early. Super early, I get up. I'm up at 4:30, 4:45. I'm in the gym by 5:30 till 6:15. I'm home in the office by 7:30. I film my content between 7:30, normally 8:15. I then plan my day, make sure I've got all my to-do list between 8:15. Normally I've got then half an hour to make sure all my to-do list is there, figure out what I can do in the morning, what can be delayed, what I can delegate. By 9 o'clock, I then start. I then have various meetings throughout my day with various team members, brokers, operations, marketing. But then again, my day can be very varied. But that first morning quarter is super important to me. Getting up on time, walking the dog, the gym, office by 7:30, the content, all that's my non-negotiable. So I make sure that happens every single morning. And I recommend everybody have a same non-negotiable morning that they stick to. Do I like waking up at 4:30, 4:45? No. Do I need to? Yes, because it's definitely gets myself up, it gets me moving. All my best ideas come in the morning as well, when my brain's just firing up. I'm in the gym. I could be doing weights or on the treadmill, and all my brain's just going crazy, and I can think of all these amazing ideas that I want to do. So get yourself up. If it's not the gym, out in the sunshine, get yourself out for a walk. If you're living somewhere where the sun shines like we do here, and just get your whole body waking up. That's my morning routine. How do you handle rejection? In this job, you're going to get it time and time again. You grow thick skin when you work in real estate because you're making cold call after cold call, $100, $200 a day. A lot of them are going to be rejection. You got to learn from it, overcome it. A lot of people fear that rejection. They get demotivated by it. But I always think, flip it around. What can I learn from every rejection? How can I make myself better from every rejection? Take it as data. Take it as information that you can use to make yourself better for that next call. It's all about reps, isn't it? You need the rejection to grow and to progress as a person. So always, yes, take it in, but think about how you can make yourself better from that rejection call. Could I have handled that call better? Could I have said something different that might have changed that call? Always think about the positive from the negative. What can I learn from this? Let's have a little look. How many hours should I prospect? I would use prospecting should be done every single day. Prospecting is your cold call, it's your outreach. Great results. People always say cold calling is dead. It's really not. People who say that just don't like cold calling. Actually, who likes cold calling? Nobody really likes cold calling, but it's necessary. You can have some bloody good conversations when you have cold call, when you cold call. Yes, you've got to make 100 dials, and out of those 100 dials, only a quarter of them will answer. Out of that quarter, only a quarter again will actually be good conversations. But it's reps. You've got to keep doing that prospecting every single day to scale your business. But also, by prospecting, you are getting what I always say, the fruit at the top of the tree. So hopefully you're going to get those properties that aren't on the market yet. Okay, hopefully you're going to find somebody that is literally just about to put their property on the market, but they choose you instead because you were the first person who called them, as opposed to being the last person at the bottom of the tree where everybody can go to eat and grab whatever they want. So prospecting or cold calling will give you that. It will help you get good listings and have a better chance of getting listings on. You'll be the first of the party rather than the last of the party. So prospecting is very important. What do I do in my coaching sessions? So basically, first of all, you guys can book a free strategy call with myself. So if you are an agent in the market who is struggling, like I said before, and needs a bit of direction, you can book me for a free strategy call, which is 30 minutes. In those 30 minutes, I just find out a bit about yourself and your business, where you're at, find out what's broken. Then I'll give you the framework, a basic framework, on what you need to do to start rectifying it. Then, if you feel like you've had value from that coaching session, you can then book me for further sessions from there. I do one-off sessions, I do monthly packages. There's different sorts for every single person. It's tailor-made. So if that's you, as I mentioned before, pop me a message and I'll happily jump on a call to discuss with you and give you your free strategy call. But everybody's different. Every person needs something different. Although, when I've been doing my research recently, and from the calls I've had over the last week, a lot of you are saying your follow-up system is broken. You don't have a strict follow-up system. It's all about the follow-ups. And this is where most deals fall flat, because brokers or agents forget to follow up. This is where your CRM system can help you. If you've got a CRM system, use it religiously, track your data, track everything on there, set reminders for yourself. You can't possibly remember everything in your head. I know I can't. On a post-it, don't rely on that. And even your WhatsApp messaging, don't rely on just WhatsApps, because WhatsApp chats go down and down and down. 3 months later, you're scrolling through your phone and you think, oh God, I forgot about that person. Let me contact them. By that point, it's too late. So by having a really strict follow-up system, I guarantee you'll convert more business, more listings you'll convert, more deals you'll convert. So that's one of the things I've been finding that a lot of brokers or agents are struggling with, is their follow-up system. If you want to know more, shoot me a message. Okay, well, let's do one more. When should I switch from leasing to sales? Well, good question. First of all, you need to make sure that you have enough money behind yourself. So hopefully you've done a few rental deals. You've had some transactions. You've understood the process. You've actually done it from start to finish. You've rented properties. You've had the craziness that is rentals or leasing. Leasing is fast-paced. It's crazy. It's aggressive. You've got to go through that before you get to sales. So hopefully you've closed maybe 4, 5, 6 transactions. Maybe there's a certain number of revenue you've got to put on the board, but hopefully you've also saved yourself some money so you can extend your runway. You will know if you've done enough, if you have enough money saved. Use my runway sheet. Again, I'll put it in the description. Use my runway sheet to understand if you've got enough money to last. Work out what your runway is, so you'll know by completing the sheet how many months of runway you have. Use that as your basis. It'll be yes or no. If it's a no, keep going in rentals or leasing until you have enough money saved and your runway is extended. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's it for today. Just a few questions. Just wanted to pop in here real quick, answer a few questions. If you guys have any further questions, like I said, pop them to me. I will definitely get to them at some point. I'll probably be back again on Thursday, answering some more questions for you guys. And I'll think of a topic which we can maybe go through as well, and we'll go from there. Just so you know, I am working on a few additional supporting guides and courses for you guys, which will be available in my Shopify app. So if you guys are wanting to upskill yourself from the comfort of your own home, I do have a Shopify where there's a lot of guides in there for you, for beginners, for experience, for setting yourself up for budgeting, for AI scripts and prompts. There's so much in there which I'm adding every single week, trying to make sure I'm giving you guys as much value as I possibly can. So go and check it out. I'll put the link in here as well. Go and check it out. Hopefully you'll find something that you like. Go and purchase it and focus on leveling yourself up. All right. So hopefully that's been good. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.